Good late morning. This is Mr. St.Germain.
This is Ms.Thom, bookitis.
And this is Mrs.McNeice, and welcome to Live from the Library.
Yeah,
we have a very full show for you today. You can see from our list of things that we want to talk about. And I just want to give Mr. St.Germain a shout out. Thanks for that introductory music. That's a new addition to our show.
Well, thank you very much. It was my electric banjo, and it's sort of in honor of Jake Burt, and we'll talk about him in a minute.
So the first thing we want to talk about is the new nutmegs that we unveiled last week on episode 2. We have created a virtual digital bookshelf for all of our middle school students at West Hartford Public Schools. And if you go to that bit.ly that is on the billboard there, you can directly access the doc that will hyperlink to every format we have on every platform. So it is a very nicely organized spreadsheet. It has each of the 10 intermediate titles and the 10 middle school titles and where you can find access. So we have a lot of the titles available in Sora, which is through Overdrive, that if you go to Sora, all you have to do to log in is click on your Google login. So you don't have to have a separate password. It's just your Gmail credentials. And then we also have Hoopla, which is part of the public library. And you do need a public library card to connect your Hoopla digital account to. But I highly recommend, if you have not done that, that you do that. And you can reach out to any of us librarians if you have a hard time and can't figure it out, or if you just don't have your library card handy, we can help you with that as well. So lots of options. You can start listening to them on audio. You can start reading them as ebooks. And we're hoping to schedule some different author events this coming fall and winter with some of these authors of these amazing titles. So I hope that you all start checking those out.
Just a note is, if you're from KP, you have to use your student ID number as your username and as your password. I'm still working on getting that fixed for using Sora.
All right, so now let's talk for a minute about you guys. We talk a lot about what do you need, and of course we focus a lot on books, right? We want to send you book mail, we want to show you ebooks, we want to talk to authors. Reading is a very important part of distance learning, and we want to be able to fulfill that need. But we also have been talking lately about, do you have technology needs? Do you need to understand how certain technologies work, or how to add an assignment to Classroom when it wasn't already made for you? What are your technology needs? We would love to know so that we can help you. And then lastly, entertainment. Like, we would like to offer some fun things to do, perhaps even in the evening. We could do digital escape rooms, we could do trivia nights, but we're wondering like what you guys would actually attend. So we created a survey. It's called the Student Needs Survey, and it's shared out to Sedgwick by email already and to Bristow, and Mr. St.Germain will be sharing it out later today. We'd love to hear from you just about any of the things that are on your mind. Would you like to come to fun at home or in the evening activities or in the afternoon activities? So let us know what you think, and we'll see what we can do for you.
And I was actually talking with my advisory right before we got on, and one of our students had a really interesting idea of doing like a digital scavenger hunt. So they might start working on something that we can share. So if you have ideas that you might want to help create, please let us know. And we think that would be a lot of fun to connect that way.
Okay. So we are having a library lunch tomorrow. We're presenting having a virtual author visit with Jake Burt, who is a Connecticut resident and Connecticut author. And we're very excited about having him come with us. He is the author of Greetings from Witness Protection, which was the West Hartford Middle School's intermediate Nutmeg winner. He also wrote The Right Hook of Devin Velma, The Tornado, and the upcoming Cleo Porter and the Body Electric. He'll be talking a lot about his books, his writing process. You'll notice he's got a banjo, so he and I have something that we're very excited about talking about and sharing about. Maybe he'll play a little bit for us also, so I'm excited to see this. Down at the bottom, you can see there's a link on this page, and it'll be also included in the email or whatever, however, the document that we're going to share later on that has links, and that's the link to sign up for our author events. Don't forget about, we also have one next week also, and we're trying to plan one possibly for every Wednesday through the end of school. So please stay tuned for that.
Yes.
Oh, also, there's a secret little thing here that I've included something on this page that has something to do with a like of Jake Burt. And if you can figure out the connection and email me, I will send you a copy of a book, and I will give you a list of choices that you can choose from. So just email actually any one of us. If you can tell me what the connection is, and I'll give you a secret, is that one way to find it would be to go to Jake Burt's website, which you can actually access when you see this show by clicking on his face right here.
Yay! And so I had asked the other two librarians, Ms. McNeice and Mr. St.Germain, if we thought we should have Mr. Burt do a Flipgrid video with us. And he did it the first day we sent it. So he has a book talk of his upcoming book, Cleo Porter. And I know that Mrs. McNeice is super excited about it. She couldn't stop talking about it yesterday and today. So I'm really looking forward to watching this book trailer with you as well. So let her see if it will play.
I just made sure that we didn't have the same technical difficulty as last week. So that's
awesome.
why all the clicking was going on there.
Hello, West Hartford. My name is Jake Burt, and I'm an author of a bunch of books, including Cleo Porter and the Body Electric, which is my most recent book. It comes out this October. It's a science fiction novel about a 12-year-old girl who lives 80 years in the future. And when I tell you about this book, I promise that I wrote the first draft 2 years ago. The plot of this, you're not going to believe what it's about, but I swear that this is what it's about and that I wrote it 2 years ago. Cleo lives with her parents in an apartment that she has never left. She can't leave that apartment. It has no door. It has no windows. In fact, nobody in this version of the future leaves home ever. Why? Because they're under extreme quarantine as a result of a pandemic that hit 80 years before.
Ooh.
Again, I wrote this 2 years ago. I did not know that our current situation would happen, but that's the reality that Cleo, my main character, is living under. On the very first page of the very first chapter, Cleo gets a delivery of a medicine that's meant for somebody else. They don't live in her family, they don't live in her apartment, but they need this medicine to survive. So Cleo has to find a way to deliver this medicine to somebody she doesn't know, somebody she's never met, and somebody that she cannot meet. Now, along the way in her adventure, I will tell you that she manages to escape her apartment. In fact, she's the first human being to escape an apartment ever. She gets out and she discovers what the world is like 80 years after the rest of humanity went into hiding. I can't tell you what happens there because it would be spoilers, but I will tell you a lot of action, a lot of adventure, and she does meet one of these terrifying things that you can see on the cover right there. It's called a cleanser drone, and it is every bit as scary as you might imagine, especially for Cleo. That is Cleo Porter and the Body Electric. Again, comes out this October. I hope you read it and let me know what you think. Thanks.
Okay, best book talk ever. And can you even believe that that's what his book is about? A pandemic in the future when we all have to stay inside? Oh my God.
Maybe he took a time machine and saw what happens in the future and then came back and wrote the book.
Yeah, why would he do that when he could just go get lottery numbers?
Because he has good morals and ethics. And that would be unethical.
Either way, I can't wait.
Come back to the future? Come on. So if that does not make you want to read that book, watch it again, and maybe it will a second time. Start thinking of questions that you will be able to ask Jake tomorrow during our virtual author visit. He loves questions from the audience, so come up with some really good ones, and he's very excited to meet with us.
Wow, I purposely did not watch this video that he sent us because I wanted to be surprised, and I'm just shocked. It sounds awesome, and yeah, I'm very excited to speak with him.
Yay! Book mail. We need to get a sound effect for this part of every video. So I am very, very happy to report we have some, there it is. I'm very happy to report we have some winners from our raffles last week. And thank you to all of the students who sent me an email. There will be another opportunity for a raffle at the end, and we will give you more information in a minute. But I also want to give a shout out to Ella from Bristow, who graciously sent me a photo of her and her dog with one of her books that she received last week as book mail, The Night Diary by Vera Hirandani. And between the three of us, we probably sent out over 25 packages this week of book mail, which is super exciting. So keep filling out those forms and be looking for some contests that are going to come up in the next couple of weeks where you can get some extra entries. This week at Bristow, I said if you do a Flipgrid video of a book talk, you will get an extra entry into the raffle, and you only have to fill out the form once. So please take advantage of that. And I want to just congratulate the following people. What happened to the book cover was there, but it disappeared. So we have, I'll get to it. We have the one and only Bob is going to be sent to Dylan M. I think Dylan's from KP. Is that right, Mr. St.Germain?
I've not looked at the list with first and last name, so I don't know.
I think so, though. And then the new kid is going to be Joshua P. from Sedgwick, we think, right? Sedgwick?
From Sedgwick, yeah.
Yay! And the Bells, new kid was one of the Nutmegs on both lists, and the Bells is on the middle school list. And congratulations to Kaylee S. And I believe it is Bristow. I didn't also check. I know we have a Kaylee, but I wasn't sure about last name. And we have two winners because Mr. St.Germain has a copy, correct, of A Snicker of Magic. Right. And I have a copy, and Kate G. and Neela Feeney. That just happens to both be from Bristow. So I'm thinking that maybe some of the Sedgwick and KP kids weren't exactly sure what my email was because I got a lot of emails from Bristow kiddos. This week you're going to be emailing Mr. St.Germain because he's doing the book talk. So just look it up if you're not sure. Email one of us if you don't know the email address for whoever you're supposed to, and we will forward your information. So very exciting. And I will mail those out to you sometime this week.
That's right. And Sedgwick, don't forget to check your email. New book mail opportunities are there.
Oh, there it is. You had it pop in.
That's weird because I didn't do any of those. That's weird.
Well, that was like magic. Right. It was like a Snicker of magic.
It was Snicker of magic.
So the book talk of the week is presented by me, and the book is one of our nutmegs on the intermediate list. It's Front Desk by Kelly Yang. I read this at the beginning of the school year, so I did have to refresh my memory because I've read several books since then. So I'm going to give you a couple blurbs that I have read that actually caught my interest and revived my memory of the book. And it's about this girl, Mia Tang, and she's got a lot of secrets. Number one is she's living in a motel, not a big house. And every day while her parents, who are immigrants, they clean rooms, she's 10 years old and she's managing the front desk of the motel, and she takes care of the guests. The second secret that she has is that her parents are hiding immigrants in the hotel in rooms that are not taken. And if the mean owner, Mr. Yao, finds out that they've been letting them stay in the empty rooms for free, they're going to be doomed. They're going to be kicked out and not have any place to live. The third secret that she has is that she wants to be a writer. But she really thinks that her mom should be sticking to math because English is not her first language, and her mom's kind of discouraging of her writing. So she and her parents, they expected they were going to have to work hard while they were in the United States, but had no idea how difficult things were. And they kind of moved to the hotel as like a last resort job, being managers. And the owner is really unfair to them. The work's exhausting. But they are really creative and determined, and they make friends. They make so many friends with the immigrants who are coming to visit and are being allowed to stay there for free. So Mia's taking over the front desk, and she makes a lot of these really amazing decisions while also working on her writing future. It's actually based on the author's own experience as a new immigrant in the 1980s and 1990s. And it deals with everything from hardship and poverty and some assault and racism and bullying. But despite those things and that adversity, it's really such a positive, fun book. I would love to see this made into some kind of a movie or even a series with different guests coming in.
Well, there is a sequel coming out soon.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
And again, you can win a copy of this book. Who has this book? Who has the copy that's being given? Oh, there it is right there. So again, email me and are we looking for a compelling email for this?
Ooh, why should you win?
Why should you have this book?
Of the front desk. And I do have a couple extra copies if there's more than one compelling email. Just saying.
Ah, very good.
Yes. All right.
Well, there it is. We will be back again next Tuesday, 11:55. And we will also be meeting tomorrow with Jake Burt. So please join us for that. It's going to prove to be a lot of fun after you saw his talk.
That's right. Remember to hit our library websites. If you're not sure about where to find any of these things, all the information is on your library websites.
All right, until next week or until tomorrow.
Have a watch party next week. That's what you should do. Have a watch party.
A watch party? What's a watch party?
Where you just all watch it at the same time.
Oh, yeah. All right. Will there be popcorn?
Well, you could have popcorn.
Yeah,
but you don't
I really don't like popcorn, so that would be a problem.
Then don't have it. Or St.Germain, don't have it. Okay.
All right.
The end.
Goodbye.